Quick look today at the LD-160 LED video light. This is one of the more affordable offerings around where you get some additional panels included. There are three. There is a Panasonic battery adapter here. The Sony one is in the unit. I'll show you the types of cell that we use in a minute, and you get some basic instructions too. Now on the front, just some information about the unit. This has some sort of temperature control as well as obviously fairly low power usage for the output. On the side, this just shows you the switch and control for the buttons, and on this side the three panels that you get included. Now it's worth looking at the instruction manual, even though it's just a printed sheet. This lists out the types of batteries that you can use. So basically camcorder batteries for Panasonic and Sony. You can also use the camera batteries for Sony, but they're not going to be as big. So I tend to find, because I'm a camera user rather than a camcorder user, that the AAs work best for me. But you could always purchase specific batteries for this. This is some more detailed information on the specifications and the size, etc. It doesn't list out the Sony adapter, but that is included in the pack. Now looking at the build, it's ABS plastic. It feels actually okay. It's not too bad. The price of this is around about £20, $25, something around that. It's okay for the price that you're paying. It doesn't feel hugely fragile or anything like that. On the back, I have the AAs fitted. You can flip open this panel here and then fit the adapters if you want for the Panasonic and Sony batteries. And on the lower left here we have the battery level indicator. Pretty handy to have that because you can see how far down you are on charge times. On the top, just some ventilation holes and the model number, and on the side this is the control for the on and off and the power output. Now it's not stepless. I think there's about 10 levels that I counted roughly, but there's enough adjustment there for most people, I would think. On the bottom this has a metal thread for a tripod, and you also can fit this on a hot shoe if you want. It's just about the right size for a hot shoe. If you go much bigger than this, I think you're going to be adding more bulk and weight, but if you have a big camcorder you might be able to get a larger unit on there. Now the light output on this is pretty good. I find it quite good for bouncing off the ceiling as well as direct light. If you're using the direct light, you might want to fit the diffuser. This is the clear one, so it's neutral and it will help soften the light. Could be useful for daylight shots where you need a bit of fill in. You can either put it on the camera or hold it off camera or tripod mount it. So worth having those diffusers in the pack. And if you're using it in lower Kelvin light such as tungsten, you can use the orange to try and match the light source. The purple one is for fluorescent light. I wouldn't use that much, but it's included if you need it. Just showing you quickly the more diffused light that you get from the standard diffuser included. Now overall, a couple of thoughts on this. Quite like it, and it's a bargain price, and it is quite useful for video shooters and for still shooters. I would have beefed up the build a bit on the bottom connector. It's plastic and it could do with being improved slightly, but it's not a bad little unit for the price.